Thank you everyone for being here. Can't tell you how much it means to me to have the support that I've had and I've gained since our campaign announced that we were going to run for mayor. It's a critical time right now for the city of Racine. If you've been paying attention to what's going on in City Hall, you will see that we need to desperately to do a reset in City Hall. Lots of things happening there that we really need to change, and the only way that's going to happen is to change the leadership in City Hall. There has been a real vacuum in leadership for the past 8 years, and I have the experience and I have the knowledge and the will to make changes that need to be made to put this city back on track. We have a motto at our mission statement at City Hall. You know, we are to serve the citizens of Racine and provide the best level of services that we can for the least amount of money. That has not been happening. City Hall now serves itself. We're going to push the reset button.
All right.
Well, currently we are in phase 1, and that phase 1 costs somewhere between $600,000 and $800,000 to $1 million. Now by December, once we have a new mayor, the council will be voting on funding phase 2. That phase 2 is going to cost between $4 and $5 million. Once phase 2 leaves the station, that's going to be a go. That event center will get built. When I get elected mayor,
Yes.
unless there is a referendum where the taxpayers can vote on whether they want to spend over $60 million of their hard-earned money on building an event center, I will veto it. Phase 2 will not. Phase 2 will not happen unless this goes to referendum and the voters say that that's something that they want to see happen. That I guarantee you. What the real issue is, we now have a director of city development, a city administrator, a commissioner of public works, all from not only outside of Racine, but outside of Wisconsin, outside of this area. They do not know our city like we do. So they are making economic decisions that are going to have long-term impact and effect on the residents and the taxpayers of the city without realizing or understanding the uniqueness of our city. They're bringing their vision here and not listening to some of us that have a different vision for what our city should look like, as far as participation from the people that live here and pay taxes and want to raise their families here. Again, that's all part of the reset that I think is. About a month ago, I made a motion to, without the signatures, the council voluntarily put that event center on a referendum, because that's really the way it should be. Unified had to have a referendum when they wanted to spend $3.5 million a year to build new schools. We should have a referendum if we're going to spend $60 million plus on an event center. So the vote on the council, I don't remember if it was 13-2 or if it was, I think it was like 11-4 maybe, with only 4 people supporting the idea of giving the voters a voice in whether $60 million of their money was going to be spent. Machinery Row is really dead in the water. I don't know if you all remember how that whole thing transpired, but there was a developer that wanted to borrow $4.5 million from the city of Racine to buy some of the buildings to develop. He intended to have some commercial, some residential, but in order for him to purchase those buildings, the city had to also purchase 2 buildings at the tune of $1.8 million. So there we have $6.3 million of the intergovernmental fund, which is a fund that we get from the outlying communities based on their growth to offset our lack of growth. So we spent $6.3 million out of that intergovernmental fund for Rodney Blackwell to purchase the buildings he purchased and for us to purchase the ones that we bought. Right now, Rodney Blackwell has long ago walked away from that project. And there are some that believe that he walked away before we even loaned him the money. Here we have $6.5 million worth of assessed property tax that is coming off the rolls. And my concern had been from the get-go is that assessed value, those property taxes are shifting to fewer and fewer shoulders. That's yours. So when the council voted to give our staff a raise out of reserve funds, that has a huge effect on what our financial stability is going to be like. So all these things play in together, and I think because I've been on the council so long, I can step back and look at a macroeconomics of what's happening with the city, and also because of my experience, I believe I know what we need to do to fix some of these issues.